As you know, this is Better Out, the fanfic, Chapter 5 and Chapter 6. Also, as you know, there's some updates in the end of this, so stay tuned from them. Plus, now I guess I'll leave you with my intro.
We turn into ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you. Just turn around and leave me. That you can change. You satisfy the rage in me. Take away my pain.
Obito got back to the apartment and was still bouncing off the walls from his date. This is the best day ever. Woohoo. This is so freaking awesome, Kushina. Sensei, guess what? Kushina and Minato looked at the boy like he was crazy. Kushina tried to calm him down. Okay, Obito, what is it? Did your date go well? Obito was grinning ear to ear. She wants to be my girlfriend, Rinchan's my girlfriend now. Kushina squealed in joy. This was the type of thing she lived for. Obito-kan, that's wonderful. Tell me everything about the date and don't leave out a single detail. Obito sat down. Dinner was great. She loved the dongo. Then we went on a walk and I told her a few funny stories. And we just kind of hanged out for a while. When we had an awesome kiss after that. Well, that's gonna take some explaining. Kushina raised an eyebrow. What happened? To activate his newfound Sharingan. We had a bit of an altercation with a member of my old clan. Minato saw the eyes and was completely shocked. Your Sharingan activated? Did he almost kill you? Obito crossed his arms. No, he tried to hurt Rinchan, and that made my activate my Sharingan. Minato nodded and smiled. I see. Well, it appears you had one hell of a night. Kushina was about to ask him more about his night when there was a knock on the door. Obito deactivated his Sharingan and got up. I'll get it. He walked over and opened the door to a surprising sight. Dad? Otaka gave a smile that Obito didn't see very often. Hello, son. I've come to discuss you returning to the Uchiha clan. Obito didn't smile to Otaka's surprise. Fine, come in, I guess. Otaka stepped in and Minato had to stop Kushina from attacking him. Otaka, I thought you said your son was a failure and not worthy to be in Uchiha. Otaka shrugged. I think I may have been too quick in giving up on him. Obito was growling. Dad, do you think I'm stupid? Otaka wasn't sure what he was talking about. What is with all this hostility from you people? I've come to make amends for Pete's sake. Let me. Kushina wasn't going to keep being quiet anymore. Make amends? You beat your son on a regular basis for the past few years, and you think that you can just come over and make amends? Hell no. Otaka was getting tired of this. Well, you have to start somewhere, don't you? Obito was getting pissed. Dad, do me a favor, will you? Otaka smiled. He felt like he was getting somewhere. Of course, what is it? Obito looked at his father dead in the eye. Go fuck yourself. Otaka couldn't believe what he had just heard, and Kushina was smirking on the side. What did you just say to me? Obito repeated himself. I say go fuck yourself. I'm not an idiot, Dad. Ryuga told you I activated my Sharingan, and now you want me back. He activated his Sharingan for emphasis. Otaka saw his son's eyes and grinned. So it's true. Well done, son. I'm very proud of you. With those eyes, you can rise above all the other ninja in your generation, with the clan's help, of course. Obito shook his head. No, I'm not going back. I'm happy here. If it wasn't for Sensei and Kushina, I never would have activated my Sharingan or gotten Rinchan to be my girlfriend. Now that my life's getting good, you want me back? Well, wrong answer. Leave. Otaka stood up. Fine, you'll be back. Someone has to show you the secret of those eyes, and only Uchiha can do that. Obito scoffed. Oh yeah, Well, the strongest Uchiha ever, Madara, had to learn almost everything himself. If he can do it, then so can I. Otaka slammed the door and walked out. Kushina came up and hugged Obito. I'm so proud of you. Minato put his hands on his shoulders. Nice job. Maybe a little vague, yeah, but I'll let it slide this time. Kushina smiled. Back at him. I'm glad you're staying. I don't know what we'd do without you. You're part of the family now. Obito liked the sound of that. I'm glad you guys feel that way. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go shop for some clothes without the Uchiha symbol on it. For now, I think I'll just go to bed. Kushina nodded. Okay, but we're paying for it. Don't even try to say no. We insist. Obito yawned and went to bed. Kushina came up and whispered in Minato's ears. How about we go to bed ourselves? I'm still plenty of awake though. I'm gonna need you to tire me out. Minato picked her up bridal style. Oh, I can take care of that. Rin stood in front of her sensei's front door with a terrified look in her eyes. She had to tell Obito. She cared too much for him not to. She was about to knock when the door opened on its own. Oh, Rin, what's up? Minato asked. Rin was a little flustered. Flustered? Oh, I need to talk to Kushina. Yeah, Kushina. She wasn't sure why she said that. She must have been scared. Minato shrugged. Oh, just let me go get her. She's just done giving Obito some cash so he could get some clothes without the Uchiha symbol on them. And as they walked out, as they were speaking, oh, Rin-chan, what are you doing here? Rin stuttered a little. Oh, hi, just talking to Kushina, that's all. Obito brushed past it. Okay, I'd love to stay and talk, but I've got some new clothes. I've got to get some new clothes. Why are you here? What do you think? Goggles or no goggles? Rin smiled. Well, since you have your Sharingan, that would make fighting hard. Plus, your eyes are really nice. Obito pulled them off and set them on the counter. Good point. See you later. Rin stopped and gave him a big kiss. Obito smiled dumbly. Thanks? Rin hugged him. Just want to make sure you know how much you mean to me. Obito just kept smiling. Oh, I know, alright. Obito left a minute and walked out too. I've got to go handle a few things with the Hokage. You have fun with Kushina. Rin walked in to find Kushina sitting on the couch. Hey Rin, what do you want to talk about? Rin took a deep breath. I've got to tell Obito something. Kushina raised an eyebrow. What's that? Rin sat down. First of all, I really care about Obito-kan. You know that, right? Kushina nodded. Well, the real reason I agreed to the date in the first place is because I wanted to make Kakashi jealous. Kushina was lost. Wait, what? Rin raised her hands in the fence. I'm glad he's my boyfriend now, but I was just hoping it to get Kakashi to notice me. I know that's horrible, but I found out I really like Obito-kan, and that kiss, and the way he stood up for me. I can't believe I didn't notice how great he is before, but I think I need to tell him the truth. I can't let this relationship be built on lies. I just need to take a drink. Kushina was taking a lot of info. Wow, is that so? Rin was on the verge of tears. You must think I'm awful. Kushina gave her some tissues. I know, but how is Obito gonna feel when he finds out? Kushina gave her a sweet, gentle smile. You'd be surprised. I didn't notice Minato-kan until he saved my life, and he didn't care about it. Rin frowned, but you didn't lie to him. Kushina gave him a small smile. Just tell him the truth. If he really cares about you as much as no he does, you know, or I don't know, grammar mistake, he does, he won't care about any of this. Rin did her best to collect herself. Alright, do you mind if I stay here until he gets back? Kushina went to the kitchen. Of course, let me get you some tea. I think that might calm your nerves a bit. Fugaku sat in the office waiting for another report on Obito. He had already gotten one from Otaka, and the boy refused. That was unheard of. Some families would even send their children to try and seduce an Uchiha so they could be infiltrated with them in their stand. Finally, the man he had following Obito had arrived for the morning. Sir, I've followed the subject as you requested. Fugaku kept his sober look despite his piqued curiosity, and he discovered the man looked scared to answer. Well, he was buying clothing without the Uchiha symbol on it. Fugaku clenched his fist in rage. Dismissed. The man bowed. Yes, sir. I couldn't bring you better news. Fugaku waited till the man left and then slammed his hands on his desk in anger. This insolent little brat was going to be trouble. He just knew it. He had to think of some way to fix this. However, there was no way to fix this without falling into a major pitfall. There must be some way, but what? Obito got back from the store with a whole new look. It was a similar look to his old look with a few key differences. Of course, the Uchiha symbol was gone from all of his clothes, and he no longer wore goggles. His clothes were still dark blue, but only instead of orange with it, he had dark red. And also much tighter, making him look more muscular. Overall, the new clothes made him much older. He went inside to find Rin waiting for him. Rin-chan. Did you wait all this time for me? Rin grabbed Obito's hand. Obito-kan, I need to tell you something. Obito got nervous. What's wrong? Did I do something? Rin hugged him. No, you're wonderful. I'm the one who did something wrong. Obito looked confused. What is it? Come on, Rin-chan, you can tell me. Rin looked depressed and confused. The reason she had agreed to go on the date, Obito was listening intently. She told him everything, and also had felt bad, and had bad felt she felt. I'm sorry, Obito-kan. If you're angry with me and you don't want to see me anymore, Obito started laughing. Rin-chan, who cares? Rin looked startled. What? Obito held her close. So you were trying to get Kakashi first. So what? All it took was a date with me to win you over. After all, if you were still after him, you wouldn't have told me the truth. I care about you, and you care about me. That's the way I see it. And all's well ends well. All's well ends well. Whatever. Bad grammar. Rin was grinning ear to ear. Oh, you're so great. She captured his lips and kissed him passionately. Obito was on the cloud 9 until Kushina walked in. I'm glad to see you guys are still together, but could you mind not doing that in front of me? Rin blushed heavily and Obito pounced. Hey, I didn't yell at you and Sensei for keeping me awake last night. Kushina went pale. Wait, you don't mean... Obito rolled his eyes. These walls are pretty thin, and my room's right next to yours. I get you guys need to have sex and all that. But could you maybe do it when I'm not home? Just ask to leave for a while. I don't mind leaving. I mind listening to you screaming out Sensei's name all night. Kushina looked mortified. What did you hear? Obito shook his head. Do you want to know? Kushina decided to leave it be. Alright, here's the deal. You guys don't make out around us, and we'll warn you so that you can be out of here if we just decide to get hot and heavy. Deal? Obito agreed. Deal. Just then Minato walked in. Hey guys, what are you talking about? All of them just said at the same time, nothing. Minato just shrugged and went to get some food. After leaving to help Saratobi dealing with the council, he really didn't care what was going on. I say for everyone, this is the next part, so chapter 6, we're about to go in. And now I guess I'll give you your chapter 6. Obito couldn't be more excited to get to training today. He had went to get new clothes the day before because it was his day off. He also had that conversation with Rin the night before. That was the night he activated his Sharingan, so it was the first day he was going to train with it. Obito jumped up and ran to the kitchen, intent on scoffing down his breakfast as fast as possible. Minato saw his plan and stopped him. Don't get too fast now. I need to discuss on how we're going to approach your Sharingan training. Obito was still eager, but knew it was best to listen to his sensei. He sat down across from him at the table. Okay, what do you have in mind? Minato got out a scroll. I didn't just go to see the Hokage for counseling meeting. I went to ask him if he remembered anything from his sensei, the first Hokage. If he remembered hearing anything from him about how Madara learnt how to use his Sharingan. Lucky for us, he did. Obito looked at the scroll and saw it was pretty old, that's for sure. Are these his notes? Minato shook his head. No, those notes were either destroyed or hidden by Madara. This is the scroll that Madara and the First wrote years ago. It's a process they used to investigate their bloodline. They saved it so that it could be used to later learn about more bloodlines that may be acquired by Leaf at some point. The Hokage gave the old scroll and made a new copy. He said he had been meaning to anyway since this one was so old. Why don't all Uchihas do this? Minato shrugged. They don't need to. According to them, all the important stuff about the Sharingan they knew. Obito opened it and started to read it. It was pretty interesting to read, actually. It was pretty simple, but brilliant process. Obito closed it and handed it back to his sensei. So when do we start? Minato put the scroll back in the bag. He got it out of. Once we get to the training ground, you finish eating, then have a shower. I'm gonna gather up the things I need for training today. Obito took his last bite and rushed into the shower. Minato laughed at him. Couldn't fault the boy for his enthusiasm. Fugaku stood in front of his fellow Uchiha council members with an agitated look on his face. He had looked at the Obito situation from every angle he could think of, and asked his entire clan if they had any ideas. After much deliberation, they came to the same conclusion. There was nothing they could do. Minato was close to Obito to allow anything. Was too close to Obito to allow anything to happen to him without it being brought up with the Hokage. Killing Minato was out of the question as well, and as they couldn't kill someone like him and have it go away quietly, they couldn't go after his friends as well, as again, Minato would stop or report them. Last but not least, Obito had made it abundantly clear he was not going to rejoin the Uchiha clan. Fugaku was furious. So what the hell does this mean for us? We can't just have him running around unchecked like this. A council member sighed. It's in its most basic form, sir. We're screwed. There's no way to take care of the issue that won't lead to more trouble than it's worth. This isn't a thing we can do. Fugaku was growing angrier by the minute. So all we can do at this point is just bend over and take it in the ass? You people make me sick. You all dismissed. Thanks to you fools not thinking before you act. We now have to wait and hopefully an opportunity to take care of the boy presents itself. The council nodded nervously and felt Fugaku grabbed a nearby vase and smashed against the wall. Moron, it's no wonder the clan's never risen to power. We've been at the back and call of the Hokage since this damn village began. Mikato's wife walked in carrying a small bundle. Darling, I realize you're upset, but did you have to wake up Itachi screaming like that? I just got him back to sleep. Fugaku looked at his wife and took the bundle from her. Ah, little Uchiha. Little Itachi. You're my son. You will be the one to lead this clan to glory, and I will pave the way for you. Once you become clan head, well, by then I'll have all of these fools just ready for you to come in and take the power that the Uchiha clan rightly deserves. Itachi, you're going to do great things for this clan. Mikoto never did like the way Fugaku talked about Itachi, like his fate was already decided. But at least this way he was showing him some kind of affection. In the 3 months since Itachi had been born, this was the only kind of love she had seen the man give him. She would have to take what she could get when it came to Fugaku. and emotions. Obito, for the first time in his life, was first person to the training ground. He even beat Kakashi there. Amazingly enough, he had never been this excited to train before. It was time to show those knuck-up pricks from his old clan what he can really do. Kakashi got to the training ground and couldn't believe Obito was already there. Wow, never thought I'd see the day you got here before me. What are you so excited about? It must be something if you got here this quickly. Obito activated his Sharingan. Oh, I just wanted, just a new thing I wanted to try out. Kakashi stood in shock. What the hell kind of day did you go on? Obito laughed. It's a long story, but it all boils down to is that Rincha is my girlfriend now, and I've got my Sharingan. Kakashi groaned. Please don't be all lovey and dovey with her around me. I don't think I could take it. Obito could see Kakashi really wasn't one for public displays of affection. Fair enough, I guess. He paused for a second. I gotta ask, you're surrounded by a woman you would do anything who would do anything you ask. You don't do anything about it. Are you, playing for the other team? Kakashi shook his head vigorously. No way, dude. I'm straight. Obito apologized. Sorry, but if you're straight, how come you never do anything with the girls? Kakashi laughed nervously. Well, they're kind of sending me photos, special photos. It was like my own personal sex ed. Most of the girls who send them are actually older than me. Before those pictures, I didn't know girls could bend back that far. He looked like he was daydreaming. Obito watched his hands in front of his head. Hello, Kakashi. Kakashi took his step back. He shook his head back and went back into reality. Anyway, I used the photos to control myself. Obito raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? Oh, sorry. I forgot I asked. Kakashi, of course, agreed. Good idea. Minato and Rin arrived at the same time. Hey, Obito-kan, ready to train? Obito smirked. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Minato needed to calm him down. Obito, we aren't just going to rush straight into this. I've got to set up a course for you to go through. You're going to spar with Kakashi once before you activate your Sharingan. Obito remembered the scroll. Alright, then I take down notes, how I did and everything I noticed. Then I do the same again, only with my Sharingan activated, and see what the difference in the time and what I noticed. Minato nodded. Right. First step in understanding your bloodline. Once we understand what it can do and how it does, using it will be much easier. But before you do that, you need to write down all prior knowledge you have on the Sharingan. It might help us out later. Obito grabbed the scroll and got to work. Alright, that makes sense. Really seems like you got a lot of work just to understand my Sharingan. Minato shrugged. You're starting from square one. Gotta do what you gotta do. Besides, you understand the Sharingan better than anyone since Madara Uchiha. Obito knew he was right. Alright, guess this is what I've always wanted all these years, so I'm not gonna waste it. Let's do it. It took 3 to 4 hours to finish everything with some pretty interesting results. The first time it took Obito 5 minutes and 35 seconds to finish the course. When he sparred against Kakashi, it didn't go exactly excellently. Although considering Kakashi was already a Jonin level fighter, he didn't do bad at all. He activated his Sharingan, and the second time on the course, Obito thought he had been much slower, but due to his surprise, it was only 3 minutes and 37 seconds. So why did he think he was slower? In his second spar against Kakashi, he did much better. He started to notice a pattern in Kakashi's fighting style. He was already able to land a few good hits on him. Obito wrote it all down, but he couldn't figure out why he felt so slow on the second time on the course when he did so much better than his first time. He went to his sensei and showed him what he found. Minato thought about it and asked him a question. did you have as much trouble with the traps the second time around? Obito thought about it. No, I didn't even trip up one. The first time I hit like 5 of them. Wait, that's it. I've got it now. I felt slower because my Sharingan made everything around me seem slower. Minato smiled. Yep. You hit the nail on the head. We'll look into this more tomorrow. You're obviously a little low in chakra. After all that, let's head back home so you can get some rest. Ren came up to Obito-kun. I was thinking after you went home and rested a little bit, we could properly introduce you to my parents. They don't know you that well, so I thought it would be you should come over for dinner. Is that okay, Sensei? Minato couldn't say why not. Sure, just come and get him whenever you need to get him. Obito and Rin said goodbye. Where was I up to? Oh yeah, Obito and Rin said goodbye and Obito went home to get a nap for dinner. He was a little nervous, but at that moment he was too tired to notice. Obito heard a knock on the door and went to answer it. It seemed a little early for Rin to be here already. When he opened the door, he didn't know what to make of what he saw. Mum, what the heck are you doing here? Tuha smiled nervously. I wanted to see you. Sorry, it's been so long. I had to make sure your father wouldn't find me. Obito was spectacle. So you're here on your own, not at the request of the Uchiha clan? Tuha realized what he was doing. No, of course not. That's actually one of the reasons I came here. I want you to be careful. The clan can't do anything to you right now, but they won't stop trying. Keep an eye out, sweetie. Obito scolded. Oh, sure. Now that Dad's not in front of you and you want to come to my case, why don't you try and help me back when he was beating the crap out of me? Tuha had tears in her eyes because I was scared. Whenever I stood against him, the beatings just got worse. Obito yelled, what are you talking about? You never stood up for me. Tuha was weeping. No, because I learned, Obito-kun. You had an older brother. Obito stopped yelling. What? Tuha cried into her hands. When he was just 5, he had gone into a fight with someone from the Hyuga clan, and he lost and was badly hurt. But rather than help him, your father was furious. He screamed at him for losing to a Hyuga, and he started beating him. I tried to stop him, but Obito tried to help him. Mum, it's okay. He didn't do anything. Tuha was crying. He threw me off and said it was my fault that I had given him a weak son. The more I tried to tell him to stop, the harder he hit. Before long, Obito couldn't believe this. He killed his own son, my big brother. Tuha looked in her own world. I cradled his lifeless body in my arm. A little Waihuka. They covered up his death. They made it so that my son didn't exist. It was like my sweet little boy was never born. I tried so hard to leave him, but the clan wouldn't have it. You were due in a few months, and I knew they would make sure he got custody. I needed to stay to make sure you were safe. I'm so sorry for all you went through. Obito was about to speak up, but Tuha got up. That's all I came to tell you. Please, stay away from the Uchiha clan. You managed to get out. Don't waste it. Obito wanted to hear her more, but his mother was gone. He noticed a picture she had left on his table. It was a boy who looked like him. On the back, it said, your big brother, age 4. He wanted to know more, but Rin was due any second. There was nothing he could do at the moment, but he wasn't done with all this. And that's the end of chapter 6. Yep, so I'm got something to say. What's it called? I'm thinking about writing my own fanfic. Well, I don't know yet. Also, I got my what if name for the one, like, it's kind of based like this. It's called What If Obito was adopted by Minato. It's a little, like, first 3 chapter parts, like, when they, 1 to 5 is when, what's his name? Obito, before Naruto was born and all that. Now I guess I'll say goodbye and edit.